Con- Confucius was born about 551 before Common Era in State of Lu, in what is now Shandong Province, China. So basically, he was born back in ancient China, and China was divided into many small states back then. Also, rulers were fighting for power. He grew up in a poor but respected family, where his father died early, and he spent most of his early life studying. His family belonged to a Shi class, also known as the scholar warrior. That's why they were respected back then, even though their family is poor. His father died when he was only 3 years old. He studied the classical ritual and ceremonial forms of the Tu Yu, and also the six arts, which is the ritual, music, archery, chariot driving, writing, and arithmetic. As an adult, he worked different kinds of jobs after becoming a teacher and advisor. He worked as the keeper of the granaries and livestock, or menial jobs. He also worked as bookkeeper, and he became a teacher and government official, which is in charge of agriculture and public works. Some historians argued that he was later promoted as Minister of Justice, which is until now is not confirmed. He traveled around 14 years to a lot of states, hoping to find a ruler that is willing to adopt his ideas about good leadership. The states he traveled was Wei, Song, Chen, Cao, Sheng, and Chu. That's the state where he shared his ideas and good leadership. Even though his teachings were not fully accepted and appreciated during his lifetime, his ideas greatly influenced and shaped Chinese culture. Rulers back then wanted power and military strength, not moral rules. That's why his ideas his ideas about good leadership was not fully accepted and appreciated, because according to the rulers back then, his ideas were too idealistic. His ideas focus on virtue, kindness, and ethical leadership. He also influenced other countries such as Korea, Japan, and Vietnam.
Ren, the highest virtue, encompassing compassion, empathy, altruism, and ideal relationship between human beings. It expressed through a version of a golden rule or silver rule that do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself. Yun yung quote na sinasabi na wag mong gawin sa iba yung ayaw mong gawin sa iyo ng iba. Dito yung nakapalag sa Ren. Li, property or ritual. It refers to proper conduct, etiquette, and social norms that govern interaction. Dito naman sa Li, hindi ito masyadong formal. Sinasabi dito na kapag ang tao ay may magandang loob at may respeto, naglilid ito sa pagkakaroon ng pagkakaisa at kapayapaan.
D. Righteousness justice. Involve doing what is morally right and just in a particular situation. Contrasting, which an action purely for self-interest of profit. She. Wisdom. The moral knowledge and the ability to discern right from wrong, and accordingly it is a cultivate truth, lifelong learning, and the self-protection.
Cinemas. Sincerity, trustworthiness. The importance of honesty, integrity, and keep one's promises to build trust in all relationship. Example, sa pagkirap sa na nag-ano ka, pangako ka, nagbuto ka sa isang salita, dapat tuparin mo ang mga sinabi mo. Tulad ng for example, nangako ka na pupunta ka sa isang birthday. Kailangan pumunta ka kahit anong mangyari. Joe, filial piety, a foundational virtue emphasizing respect, obedience, and care for one's parents, elders, and ancestors. This devotion to family is considered the root of all other human loves and building block for a stable society. For example, dapat dito pinapakita na may galang ka sa iyong kapwa and also sa mga matatanda. And dapat pahalagahan mo ang kung anong meron ka. Diba, ang family mo.
Harder philosophy applied in today's world, promoting social harmony, encouraging respectful communication, cooperation, and community engagement to reduce conflict. Family relationship, practicing filial piety by caring for aging parents and maintaining strong family bonds. Leadership ethics, leaders acting with Ren and you can inspire trust, fairness, and ethical governance. Education, lifelong learning, and moral education can develop responsible citizens.
Xunzi, 300 to 230 BCE, conscientiously transformed Confucianism into a realistic and systematic inquiry on the human condition, with special reference to ritual, li, and authority. His principal adversary, however, was Mencius, and he vigorously attacked Mencius' view that human nature is good as naive moral optimism. So the statement refers to a Confucian thinker, Sun Tzu, who lived around 300 to 230 BCE. Sun Tzu is known for developing Confucianism into a more realistic and systematic philosophy. He focused on understanding the human condition, especially the role of ritual, li, and authority, leaders, rules, and institutions in shaping society. Unlike Mencius, who believed human nature is naturally good, Sun Tzu argued that human nature is naturally selfish or inclined toward desire. Because of this, he believed that people need, for example, a government wants to reduce corruption. Mencius' solution: teach officials moral values and trust that their naturally good hearts will guide them. Sun Tzu's solution: establish strict rules, clear punishments, and rituals of accountability because humans naturally follow self-interest unless guided.
Lao Tzu, a philosopher 6th century BC, he rejected both preciousness and benevolence apparently because he saw them as imposed on individuals or without other than coming from their own inner core.
Mozi, 470-391 before Christ era, rejected what we saw as the implicit hierarchy and Ren and opted instead for universal love.
Li Si, 280 to 208 BCE, as a minister in the Qin dynasty, implemented legalist policies that suppressed Confucianism. This included the burning of Confucian texts, and persecuting of Confucian scholars.
Han Pichi rejected the Confucian idea that virtue grants a king the right to rule. Instead, he asserted that authority gives ruler the power to demand obedience, which should be enforced through clearly defined laws that everyone must obey.